thank you to the eJharkhand and ILETS initiative for this fantastic platform of sharing ideas and thoughts. Now, the entire idea of smart city is very low latency network, which demands low latency. And the third one, which is very important, is it has to be very much secure, because this is all citizen-centric applications. So all the data which flows through the network has to be very secure. So this all four makes up a network which will drive initiatives of a smart city. Now, if we see smart city as a whole, few things which make up a smart city. The applications which are right now available with us is a traffic management, which is smart. Solid waste management is also a part of that smart city initiative. It includes smart energy also. And last but not the least, it's a smart healthcare. Now imagine a patient sitting in his home with a patient monitoring system connected to the smart city network, wherein the hospitals, the doctors sitting in the hospitals are monitoring his health. So this is what smart city brings the consumer, the user, to the stakeholders. So it's getting closer by. Now this is all about Internet of Things. Now when we say this amount of data, this data will grow day by day. More devices get connected, this data keeps on growing. Now what we do with this amount of data, we cannot afford to have a network which is locked in. Today I invest in a network which gives me, say for example, today invest 100 rupees for a network. Tomorrow after 2 years, a couple of years, to see that the data has grown so big, you have to change the entire network. The idea is to have a network which is ubiquitous, which can support network the data for a long amount of time. Now this is what is empowering. Today, first we connect everything, next we empower everyone. We empower citizens. They will have moving with handhelds, wearables, wherein they get access to the central applications hosted by the municipality or the city. Now, this is all about the Internet of Things. One part is the consumer part, where you have got the PDAs, the handhelds, the laptops. Other part is the industry part, where you get a grid, where you get your exact metering. So you can keep, I'll give you an example. Today you all have heard of something called connected cars. Today Honda is first in India to launch a connected car program. What is a connected car? It is a part of a smart city. Today, when you are driving by a service center, your console in the car will give you that your service center is nearby. This is a part of that. Or for example, you are carrying a mobile phone with a city app, with a solid waste management app. You should pass by a VAT which is full, and the sensor, it will sense that the VAT is full. That handle from the consumer will go directly to the stakeholder and will initiate a process that the solid waste management, that inter-renewal is carried out in a specific point of time. So this is where this is more citizen-centric. Be it a traffic case, say for example, a traffic incident happened in certain place. Bandwidth at that point of time has to be allocated to have that data of the traffic which incidents happen. It might be an accident or a blast. It has to be carried all the way to the command and control center. Network has to be flexible enough to understand the data required at that point of time is more. So the network has to be elastic in nature. It cannot be blocked to certain products or services. It has to be elastic. It can expand laterally and vertically. So this is what a smart fabric for a smart city is. Now this is how it looks like. You have got lots of data, structured data and unstructured data. All flows from your smart city applications like a waste management or a smart parking or a smart city surveillance. It goes to your data center, wherein all of them gets stored, analyzed, and these data are being used for the further course of action, what has to be taken. For example, the solid waste management, the data which comes in, it has to be analyzed for, say for example, a year. Then you understand how much amount of landfill you require with this amount of data. This is what Smart Fabric brings to the smart city network. Now, this is a snapshot of how it looks like. Now, the idea of a smart city is, and the smart fabric and the secure fabric is, it has got nothing to do with the underlying infrastructure. What I mean to say is, whatever we deploy today as a smart fabric or a secure fabric, it has to be agnostic of the underlying hardware. It will work on its own. It will not be dependent on the underlying hardware, so that it can scale at any point of time, whenever you like. This can work across any network. It can work across any server, it can work across any storage, it can work across any IP network. So that's the idea of a secure smart fabric. Now, by saying a secure smart fabric, we also have to stress on the fact that entire data has to be secured. Now, when I say a data secure, threats might come in from your handles of the consumer, or threats might arise from inside the data center where the data is being stored. Now, software-defined networks is the buzzword right now. Whatever we define, I define through software. So today I roll out an application for, say for example, a video conferencing app. So I will have a device which will have network slices, so that the developer will have that slice and work on that slice and deploy it to the end device. It will not be a hardware dependent platform. It will be beyond hardware, it will be all software driven. By doing that, we can scale elastically, we can do changes in the shortest period of time. So this is what SDN does. Also something called the network function virtualization. Whatever we do, we virtualize the entire thing over the IP network. So that will be an IP network where we roll out all the applications. Today, if you want an application to be deployed, say for example, a CM is giving a presentation, addressing an audience in a stadium. You want to stream a data, that entire live data to all the citizens in the city through handheld. The bandwidth allocation at that point of time has to be dynamic in nature. So bandwidth calendaring is also a feature of a smart fabric. Now with security, this is a secure smart fabric wherein we get few things which has to be taken care of. It has to be open standard based. It cannot be a vendor locking scenario. Second is it has to be really flexible with interoperability with all the future networks to come. And last but not the least, it has to be policy driven, not hardware driven. So whatever policy today municipality wants to roll out, it has to follow that trend of policy. Now to sum it up, how do we do a smart move for a smart city? We all know, we are all talking of cloud. All the data will move to cloud one day. So we have to be prepared to migrate from on-premise data center to a web-based data center which is in the cloud. Three things has to be taken care of while we do the smart city initiative. It has to be secure, private and compliant. And it has to undergo compliance check. Real-time connectivity analysis is very much important. I will give an example. You are passing by a shopping mall. Suddenly, if it's real-time connectivity, you know that the parking lot of the shopping mall is full. You move to the next parking lot and park your car. This is real-time analysis. It has to be real-time based. And in terms of data analysis, huge amount of data comes into the system. You have to clean the data and take out the data which actually give you the capability to take an informed action in future. And connectivity must be ubiquitous. So this connectivity has to be uniform across so that the consumers get ubiquitous access to all the applications at any point of time without any break in real time. Thank you very much.